12 Days of Christmas by 01. Today we're talking about the gift giver of Central Europe. He is known by multiple names, all of which are too large for my new aspect ratio. My two favorite of his names are Sankt Nicholas and Pilsnickel. Unlike other Santas, he tends to walk from house to house or rides a horse like Sinterklaas. However, he always has furry companions, best known as Krampus. These furry little, or sometimes giant guys run around punishing tiny people while he gives good tiny people gifts. They tend to do this twice a year, once on December 6th, and once more on Christmas Eve or midday on Christmas, depending on how late the parents want to sleep. I couldn't find out where Sankt Nick lives, so I'll tell you where the goat demons live. That place of course being the Alps. So don't be naughty on a ski trip because you might be eaten by a goat. "12 Days of Christmas" by 01. Today we are talking about the gift giver of the Netherlands. He only has one name, Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas comes on the 6th of December to give gifts riding on his trusty horse, Amerigo. I cannot draw horse, so just pretend his beard was a little smaller and had legs. Just like Santa Claus, he has elves, known as Wartpieten, who are actually just black people in goofy outfits, performed by people who are actually just white people in racist outfits known as blackface, because of course Dutch Santa is racist. But where did he get black people to make his toys, you ask? He got them from his country of residence, Spain, because of course Dutch Santa comes from the country that used to own the Netherlands.
Yippee yippee.
12 Days of Christmas by 01. Today we are talking about Father Christmas from the British Isles.
Oh, it's this one. It's so cringy. This is where the show went downhill.
No, but I cannot get down.
I see. Well, anyways, Father Christmas isn't concerned with giving gifts.
I give the gifts, jive of forgetting to gift, only jiff and ball.
As I was saying, Father Christmas is more about alcohol and feasting and going mad with ecstasy to the point of
Waffles. Stacy, it's the principle of the thing.
Okay, this guy is too drunk.
I already did a gug.
Yippee 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 yippee.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Saint Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap, when out on the lawn there arose such a clatter. I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like app. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter.
Gross. They told men mad as splatter, all over me, bleu, cranberry, then, le Vermonté, dit sonté, up to, window, inside, dido, oh, inside with a crash, Vermonté smash, he destroyed the tree, rhyming is stupid yippee. He stopped speaking in the third person, and dropped a ton, %, he walked to the fireplace, before he could be massed, and grabbed a sock, then he began to walk, home, naked, because that is legal in Vermont, yippee.
12 Days of Christmas by 01. Today we're talking about a gift giver of Russia, babushka in Russian, or babushka in English, pronounced the same way. Babushka, which means granny or old lady, is said to have refused the offer of the Weissman to go to see baby Jesus with them. She stayed to finish obsessively doing housework. When she was done she felt bad, so she tried to catch up, bringing a toy for Jesus. Babushka is said to live in Russia, or rather be buried in an unmarked grave in Russia. Did I mention she died trying to catch up to the Weissman? Because of course Russian Santa is an old religious lady who died for being religious. Religion defies Mother Russia and Papa Stalin. Like Santa, she has fury companions, the animals that ate her corpse.
Days of Christmas, by 01.
Today we're talking about the other gift giver of Russia. Дедушка Мороз in Russian, or Grandfather Frost in English. Grandfather Frost is an old man who gives gifts to Russian children on Christmas Eve, which in Russia is either December 24th or the 6th of January. Father Frost rides in a house-drawn carriage, but I forgot to draw a carriage, so imagine he's in a fancy carriage with cup holders. But this isn't where his furry friendships end. His toys are actually made by wild animals instead of enslaved people. Because of course Comrade Frost has no slaves, just starving workers he views as animals. All hail Comrade. Wait, where was I? Oh yes, Comrade Frost lives in an ice palace he made with his ice powers. Did I mention he is the personification of snow, which technically means he's responsible for Babushka's death by freezing? In summary, Father Frost freed the slaves, killed the religious gift giver and replaced her with himself as a religious dictator.
Vive la communiste révolution, yippee yippee, wait, that is, the opposite, of freedom, Vermont, and unity, vive la Vermont,
When I said we could blow up the house for insurance, him win the gas line.
Good, bad, go to the woods. Are you cold, little girl?
No.
It's polite to lie to strangers about the obvious. Blizzard, I summon you. Are you cold now, little girl?
No.
It's always the best option to lie about being fine until you snap.
Hi mom, Father Frost adopted me and gave me this expensive gift.
Fat daughter go to woods and get us gifts. Are you cold, little girl?
Yes, I am the stupid old man. I will fit you to the cruise.
It's not polite to be impolite. You little brat, I punish you now. Are you cold, little girl? Oh, it's Babushka, I forgot I killed you here.
What only 5 fétal, IV c'est en où fun l'ampupi ouertalé.
12 Days of Christmas, by 01. Today we're talking about the gift giver of America, and literally the entire world. You know his name. You know he has flying reindeer companions, and elf slaves who do all the work until his annual joyride. And you know he lives in the North Pole, which is actually in the ocean, so he lives in the ocean. You know he advertises for a company that normalizes drinking insane amounts of sugar, and smokes like a chimney. You know he spies on children and eats hundreds of cookies per minute on the 24th and 25th of December. But did you know this was a modern art piece?
No, no Santa plein, this is low quality garbage, but.
12 Days of Christmas, by 01. Today we're talking about the gift giver of like one neighborhood in Greece. Also he's the inspiration for every Santa we've spoken about so far. Except for the dead AD. St. Nicholas was born in 270 in Turkey. The part of Turkey was Greece at the time. Which was in the Roman Empire. Anyways, he was born to some rich people who died, leaving him loaded, so he used his affluence to give gifts to children, and free some slaves. Oh, and resurrected a child who was killed and pickled by a hungry innkeeper.
Yippee. Way down south in the land of Traitor Rat le Snake said yippee.
You've heard of the Christmas truce of 1914, but what about the Christmas truce of 1915?
Pay.
This concludes 12 Day of Christmas, by 01. Thank for watching. You did watch all of them, right? I mean, if you didn't watch all of them, you'd miss out on great content, like that old French film about Father Frost, Mr. Vermonter's Christmas, and Santa Pla. Actually, you can skip Santa Plain.